Well, Rich, fantastic victory on Sunday. What's just your thoughts on that victory and making it through the League Cup?
Really pleased. First half, I thought we played excellent football, some of the best football we've played all year. So that's really pleasing. And yeah, it changed a little bit in the second half because I think they changed the way that they played. But yeah, really good performance. I was very, very pleased. The girls were buzzing afterwards.
It was very much a two halves different game as well. The first half obviously dominating possession, and in the second half you had to see a different side of your team in being resilient and having to defend in numbers as well. So did you like the fact that you had to see a different side of your team as well?
Yeah, I've said it all season that I want the team to be an adaptable team, a team that can't just play one way, because I think you get caught out in this league if you become predictable. And yeah, we've got the tenacity, physicality within the team that if we need to, then we can just deal with direct play. And yeah, at the same time, we've obviously got quality there. And say in the first half, the way we moved the ball at times was we were quite devastating and unlucky really to just be 2-0 up at half time. I think they must have thought, what have we got here, because we were excellent. And then second half they went really, really direct with their centre backs got long high clearances. I think one thing perhaps we did do was give away a few, in being physical, we gave away maybe a few too many fouls, and that gave them the opportunity to just keep dropping set pieces on us and in and around our area. But the defence dealt with it really well, and so did Hannah.
Just keeping on the theme of League Cup, just before we move on to the next Cup competition, obviously you've had your draw now for the next round of the League Cup. You'll face Cheltenham, a team that you're fairly familiar with, a team that's obviously local to Swindon as well, so it's going to be a really thrilling game.
Great draw. Yeah, really, really good draw. It's an exciting game. I think, you look through that draw when was, previously, and I said to the group, like, there's no easy games. And we all, watched the draw, and I think, it's an exciting draw and one. I think most of us will be quite, pleased with. Tough game, Tier 3 team, but yeah, because of the history of some of our players that have played there, I've been there. The local sort of derby between Cheltenham and Swindon. Yes, and for us as well, it's a nice situation for us, because we've got ourselves in the situation in that League Cup now where we're the underdogs, and within the league, obviously, there's a bit of pressure on us to perform. So it's a opportunity for us to play a really good team and not really have any pressure. So
I can tell from your reaction that facing a team like Cheltenham has similar in what the first team would see in pulling a team like Bristol Rovers or Oxford, that Cheltenham, with the history of you being there and some of the players having history there as well, that it's a really exciting draw.
Yeah, it is. It is, and I think all I really wanted was a home draw in that, and I think the fact that we've got Cheltenham is it's a good one. Like I say, historically within women's football in this area, we've not really been good enough to be rivals to them, and fair play. Tom's done, not got huge resources there, but done a fantastic job of having them as getting them promoted and having them as a Tier 3 side, and they compete really well. So yeah, it's a good opportunity for us again to kind of set markers and try and show the level of improvement that's happened at this football club.
Well, from one cup to another cup, you turn your attention to the Adobe Women's FA Cup now, and you'll face Dulwich Hamlet at the Niger Leedy County Ground this Sunday. So what's your thoughts ahead of that fixture?
Yeah, tough but exciting game. Delighted that it's a game that we're at home and that it's at the county ground. They're a good side, and we'll have to be, like we were on Sunday, very good to get through. But it's a competition that all of the players, there's potential opportunities we can get deeper into the competition to have some great opportunities, and also financially the rewards in the Women's FA Cup now have improved massively and can make a difference for what we can contribute to the club. So. Yeah, good game.
With regionalised draws, it means that not only are you facing teams in different divisions, but you obviously then get to put that to the test about how your team can adapt to other teams in other divisions as well.
Yeah, it makes. We've got then a league game on Tuesday, so they're not a team that I'm overly familiar with. So we've all had to do our homework, and but the opportunity to do that is great. It's exciting, very different side, and I understand that they have a pretty exuberant fan base that like to follow them around. So I expect them to to bring some noisy fans and make for a great atmosphere and a good game.
Obviously, your last round Adobe Women's FA Cup fixture ended 8-0. I can't imagine that the test that awaits you on Sunday will be similar to that. But what are your players expecting from Dulwich Hamlet?
Yeah, completely different, gravy really. Different level of team, totally. I think if you look at their results, whilst they're not at the top end of their table, it's a tough league that they've got. They've played some of the top teams in the league, and the games have been tight. So, and I've seen footage of them. They're decent, and they'll give us a tough test. And our team will, like I say, have to be at their best and play very well to proceed through. But yeah, those are the kind of tests that we want this year, and I've got every confidence in our team. I think if we perform to the level that we can do, then we can compete with teams of that level at the top end of our division, and teams within the league above. If we're playing really, really well, it'd be on us to be consistent and bring out a good performance. But what better competition to do that for you than a knockout competition and the Women's FA Cup, which means so much to the players.
And then just lastly, turning attention to the County Cup. Obviously, the development took that game on Sunday with you guys in action in the League Cup. Kiana Della took that team. The development won 14-0 against Salisbury. Have you had an opportunity to have a look back at the footage? Anybody stand out?
Yeah, I think it was a good performance all round. Obviously, we would expect our development players, to perform well at that. At that level, but yeah, they seem to enjoy the game. I know that Tony and Tyra performed well with their pace and their ability to get in behind, and got some goals as well. So I think it's good for confidence for them.
When you're talking about confidence, one young player that you had from the first team that went and played in that game was Tyra Wilson that you mentioned there. She picked up 2 goals, so that must do great for such a young player as well.
Yeah, I said that whilst she's a similar age group to some of the players within that team. She's a first team player, and I expected her to go and bring that level of authority in the right way, and help her teammates and integrate. And also that this competition is important to us, and that it will be an important competition for her, because it's one that she'll be able to play all the way through if we can progress. And that I wanted her to ensure that we came back from that game definitely proceeding through to the next round.